Thanks for joining me again here in the shop. I've got the TC-730 back on the bench, still with the muting issue. Another YouTuber dropped a comment and suggested looking at the switching transistors. So I'm going to have a look at that and see if we can get this issue solved. Alright, this one has traveled with me for a few years, and unfortunately to say, a few screws have gone missing. I do have a few here on the faceplate. I think these are aluminum. I don't know, they don't stick to my screwdrivers. Makes it a little difficult. And there's some little decorative bezels that like to come off. So I don't want to lose those if I can help it. I don't want to lose my knobs. Let's see, did I miss something? Oh yeah, the posts for the head cover hold in the faceplate. Alright, there we go. Not too bad. One thing with this one, unfortunately, both speakers had long since died, so I just left them disconnected. Get that guy out of here. Right. Something falling. What's that? Now, just strap that in. Forgot about that. Alright. And there you have it. That thing's out. Now when I got this, it actually came with the owner's instruction manual. And maybe me being too young, I don't know, but I find it funny that they include full schematics in the back of the instruction manual. Times were different, I suppose. So here's what we're looking for. Over here, you can see the monostable multi-vibrator. If I can hold this up properly, we'll do that. Here's the transistor that we're looking for. It's receiving a signal through this diode and this, which was really hard to find any information on, but as best as I can tell, it's sort of like a type of Zener, or it's a diode that's not a Zener but operates like one. But here is the transistor that we're looking at, and then its counterpart on the other channel. I also have some printouts from the actual service manual, which is available on Hi-Fi Engine. The way this schematic is drawn makes it a little more obvious as to what it's doing. And that's connecting to the tape and source selector. Let's see, over here. Same transistor on the other channel. So 406 and 306, those are the ones we're looking for. We've got the board diagram where we're looking down here, that guy, over here, and that is going to be this board over here. And the thing is, from before, I believe those give a good reading if you do a diode check on a meter. But I am kind of at a loss. And I'm happy to receive any kind of suggestions. So I've got some compatible transistors, and I'm going to pull this board out, and we'll go ahead and swap them out and see if that solves the muting issue. And the board just slips out. Looks like it's going to be more difficult than it is. Still not going to be easy. There we go. Took forever. 634A. Let me make sure that's it. 2SC 634A. That is the one we've been looking for. Now that's out of circuit, and I'm not trying to test the wrong legs. Let's give it a try. Where's my clipping these? Alright, I forgot to see which way this was oriented. Oh, that way. So it seems to be working. Alright, I can't remember if my replacements, get these BC 547s. I don't remember if they had the same pinout or if I'm going to have to flip them around. Over there that way. Oh, great, they don't even have a similar pinout. Means I gotta twist them around. Kidding me? What was I thinking? All right, well, my base is the center pin here. Well, it's one of the end pins on the original. It's a great part selection on my part. 56, 58. Great. All right, probably could have done a little better ordering my parts, but across the legs. So now we should be in the correct orientation. And I found a little piece of insulation. So, here we go. I am going to replace the one on the other channel, but I do want to throw it together and see if that even gets us to where we want to be. Okay, so I've only changed the transistor in the right channel so far. And I'm not 100% sure this is going to confirm or deny that that was the fix. I may have to change both of them to really see a result. But I'm a little excited about this, so I wanted to go ahead and give it a shot, see what happens. Let's see. Got signal. Where's my volume? Yeah, that's a bit odd. Well, I guess I have the tape on backwards or something. I don't know. Am I doing that? Oh, the tape's dropping. Why have you developed a new problem? Well, I keep losing tension. What the heck? That's interesting. So do it the other way? No? What? Oh my god. It's never had this problem before. What's going on? Oh, he mad. Why are you mad? Well, I just wanted to get somewhere where the tape sounds normal. Is that even possible? No, I think this is the tape. All right. That's interesting. All right. I was being rather foolish. I haven't worked on this thing in a minute, and I totally forgot each one of these boards have this rail switch that has a little, I don't even know what to call it. That is supposed to fit into part of the mechanical mechanism. So when you're switching channels, it's going into the right spot. And I totally forgot to do that. Hey, here we go. Let's try this again. I think it's about time for me to stop working. Right. There we go. Okay. Now we're playing in the right direction. Great. Here's my balance. I think this is my balance. All right, I'm listening in stereo. Moving my balance around. I don't hear any muting yet. I'm still going to change the other channel's muting transistor, but that might have done it. Let me make sure. All right, that's good. This, I believe, is a rail switch, which I had noticed in a previous video. Yeah, I got nothing but like a hum in that channel right now. All right. Well, I'm going to stop there for this evening, but through the magic of television, we'll be back immediately, and we can look at fixing this and changing that other transistor, and then maybe this thing will be done with me forever. So I have changed both Q306 and 406, which were both of my muting transistors. And in addition to that, I also pulled the rail switch and spent some time finagling this guy, which was my, oh, sorry, it was this one. My forward and reverse on the left channel. That, when I would switch it to reverse, I would lose all signal, and measuring across that, I was getting a lot of inconsistent readings. So, now in reverse. This is great. Still has the original insert. Isn't that great? I love it. In the air there's a feeling. So I've already given this some playtime, and I have yet to see the muting issue reproduce, and it seems like switching from forward and reverse direction is not causing any problems. There is one small remaining issue, however. I've tried to position the camera in a way that you can see this. If you look under the cap stand, the pinch roller here, there's another wheel. And that is supposed to flip the pinch roller in either direction. So if you're going forward, it should flip here. And if you're going reverse, it should hit here. And from what I've read, this is actually just a flaw of this machine. And I think there's another version of this machine that does not have the power amp. That's going to have the same issue. A lot of times it doesn't seem to be a huge problem until you're in a position where you're going in a different direction and this hasn't flipped over properly, and you start running towards the end of the tape. Let me see if I can recreate it. It may not happen. Well, a little too far there. Goodness. All right, let's see if we can recreate this problem. So now my pinch roller is this way.
A few moments later.
It's a bit loud, huh? Oh, there we go. That's the problem. You get to the end of a reel, and if it's not on the right side, you don't get any movement. But otherwise, we're getting pretty far along. All right, so I've made a few more adjustments. I do have this old TAC calibration tape. I think it's missing part. I only have the 400 hertz. Well, it says 400 hertz. Somebody had written on the cover of the tape 1000 to 1400. But this only seems to have 400 on it. Another adjustment I made was with the back tension. It wouldn't quite have enough tension, and I would have this kind of wrinkle right here, so it wasn't making good contact with the playback head. So it looks like that's playing a little nicer. I know the light's not great, it's kind of hard to see. So that's pretty flat. And I had my scope with the test tape. Now we're back to Ray Conniff, but I got a good phase adjustment on that. And got my level set on playback. I've also been using this HP digital signal analyzer to measure the frequency response and see if that would help me set the bias and the traps. So I'm going to go back to that and see where we are with recording. So currently just on source, not recording anything. I've got my level set and both channels are reading fairly flat. Interesting that it's got the slight lift in the low end, but that looks 10 volts division. I don't know, that's interesting. Alright, so both channels reading fairly flat with this sort of low end lift. We've got 5 volts of division, so it's not dramatic, but alright, this is a bit strange. That's my chirp from the DSA. And currently it's set on the source. Now if I switch to tape, I'm getting more signal and it sounds louder, but then it drops on the VU meter. That's very interesting. And this is happening on both channels. I thought I wasn't getting enough level until I turned up the volume and heard it was louder. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to investigate that or not. Oh, that's not good. Well, how about that? Well, hopefully that was just a little power blink. Although, I'm also having some vertical hold issues on here, so... Searching for applications. Oh no. Okay. Are we alright? I guess we're alright. That was a little frightening. So, before that shut off... Hey! Seems to be okay. Alright. Well, I was getting it flat out to about 12.5K. So I gave it a bench test and I could not recreate that VU meter issue with my Bluetooth adapter. So I'm thinking there was some kind of odd impedance issue, or I'm not entirely sure what would cause that. I've already tried it with these speakers and the headphone jack and done a slight adjustment with the record level. So to my ears, there's a slight tonal change, but otherwise it is super close. And I am quite impressed with how far along this came. So I'll go ahead and put in record and we'll listen to source first and then switch over.
No use pretending our love is ending and the flame is burning. So stop your crying, no need for lying, you're thinking of him. So go to him, he's waiting for you, he's gonna open his door to you and let you in. So go to him. Told you I'd never hold you if you didn't want me to. You better go to him, he's waiting for you, he's gonna open his door to you and let you in.
Now at a distance I can hear a little shift in the mids, and I think that had something to do with the bias level, but overall I'm pretty happy. And there you have it. The Sony TC-730 reel-to-reel. I've had this for a while, and it's been fun getting it to work again. And after all that work, it's going to be sad to see it go, but I think it's going to make a great addition to somebody's collection. So on our way out, I'm going to play a song by Dick Stusso, and I'll switch from source to tape, and we'll have a listen to how it sounds. Thanks for joining me, and until next time.
In heaven, nothing will matter. anymore. Not in a bad way, like before. Whoa. 'Cause we'll be sure that we're in heaven. Where the time moves so fast, but the things we like always last. 'Cause that's how it is in heaven. And all those years spent here, uncertainty, fear, and all that junk, I would just look back and laugh.